Hi, my name is Nur Nadrawafia binti Zaki. My matrix number 070. My topic for today is endocrine system. Today, I will identify the major blood supply in endocrine system and the function of each gland of endocrine system. Firstly, let's identify the major blood supply of the endocrine system. This is the major blood supply of endocrine system. First, hypophageal artery. Second, carotid, thyroid and subclavian artery. Third, suprarenal and phrenic artery. Fourth, ovarian, uterine and vaginal artery. Fifth, testicular artery. And sixth, internal thoracic artery. This is all the major blood supply in our endocrine system. First blood supply is hypophageal artery. Hypophageal artery will supply blood into the pituitary gland. It has inferior hypophageal artery and superior hypophageal artery. The inferior hypophageal artery will supply to the posterior pituitary gland called neurophysis. It will help to distribute vasopressin into the bloodstream, which regulates our blood pressure. For the second blood supply is carotid, thyroid, and subclavian artery. For the carotid artery, it has an external carotid artery. This is the location. The superior thyroid artery, inferior thyroid artery, and this is the location of subclavian artery. It will supply the blood to the thyroid and parathyroid gland. It sends the oxygen to organs and tissue in our head and neck, especially to our brain. It will also provide the blood to our muscle and skin of our shoulder. For the third blood supply is suprarenal and phrenic artery. For the suprarenal, it has superior, middle, and inferior. It lies on the left suprarenal gland. This is the location of superior suprarenal arteries, middle suprarenal arteries, and inferior suprarenal arteries. For the phrenic artery, it has inferior phrenic artery. It lies on our vena cava. For the suprarenal artery, it supplies blood to the adrenal gland. It's very important during the prenatal development. For the phrenic artery, it delivers the blood to the diaphragm. Is needed especially in our respiratory system. For the fourth blood supply is ovarian, uterine and vaginal artery. Ovarian, this is the location of ovarian artery, uterine artery and vaginal artery. This will supply oxygenated blood to the ovary, fallopian tube, uterus and muscular wall of the vagina. For the sixth blood supply is testicular artery. This is the testicular artery location. The main function is to provide the blood supply to the testes. For the last blood supply is internal thoracic artery. It has right and left internal thoracic artery. This is the location of right internal thoracic artery and this is left internal thoracic artery. It will supply the blood to the anterior chest wall from the clavicle to the umbilicus. It will include our sternum and our breast. Now, let's continue to the function of each gland in endocrine system. Before we start the function of each gland, we have to know the main function of endocrine system. First of all, makes hormone for our body activity and it will send the hormone through our bloodstream and regulate the release of the hormones. That was the main function of the endocrine system. First gland is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, even though it's a very small gland, but it plays a crucial role in important function. First, it will release the hormone. Second, it will maintain the daily physiological cycle such as circadian cycle, control our appetite, manage sexual behavior, and regulate emotional response to its environment and body temperature. For the second gland is pituitary gland. Pituitary gland has two lobes. These two lobes carries the different function. For the anterior lobes, it will regulate the growth in muscle and the bones, stimulate thyroid gland to secrete thyroid hormone. Third, production of milk during lactation in women. For the posterior lobe, it will maintain the fluid and electrolyte balance. Second, it will contract smooth muscle during labor and breast muscle during milk production. For the third gland is thyroid gland. Thyroid gland will release the hormone to regulate our body's metabolic rate, which is metabolism, which is whether fast or slow. Second, our heart rate whenever we are doing an activity. Third, our digestive function. Fourth, the muscle control during contraction or relaxation in muscle. And fifth, brain development, especially in child. For the fourth gland is parathyroid gland. It will produce the parathyroid hormone. This hormone will regulate the calcium and phosphorus level in the blood. It will maintain the correct level of calcium in the blood, which is necessary for the nerve, muscle, and heart to work properly. For the fifth gland is adrenal gland. The adrenal gland will regulate the metabolism, our immune system, and blood pressure in our body. It will also respond to our stress and other essential functions. For the sixth gland is pancreatic islet. Pancreatic islet will regulate blood glucose level given from the brain and central nervous system. A proper function is required for the metabolic homeostasis. For the seventh gland is ovaries and testes. The ovaries is secrete estrogen and progesterone. It plays an important role in reproductive development and menstruation. For the testes, it will synthesize the testosterone and the sperm. It will needed in development physiological function. The sperm is needed for the male fertility. For the eighth gland is pineal gland. Pineal gland will secrete the melatonin. It will help to control the circadian cycle of sleep and wakefulness of our body. For the last gland is thymus. It will produce and maturating the lymphocyte or immune cell, include the T cell. T cell is the type of white blood cell that defend the body from the infection, and it will suppress the effect of the aging. I think that's all from me. Thank you for your attention.